Hi, greetings, friends. Jacques Howard here, and welcome to Trenton 365 Midweek, broadcasting from Hub 1313 West Front Street in historic downtown Trenton, New Jersey. Many folks may remember this building when it was a private office building, and then after that, it was the CWA, Communication Workers of America, their union spot, their union office. But it is now Hub 13. It is a innovation center. It is a resource center, a meeting space, a gathering space, a members club. And you can find out more information by going to the website hub13.com. So I'm going to start off sharing a couple of events that are coming up, and then get into some dialogue and then circle back around to these events. But before we do that, I always want to make sure that we give consideration to those of us who are in difficult situations. And when I say difficult situations, specifically I'm talking about right now during the holidays. During the holidays, these times can be very difficult for a lot of folks. And with that difficulty, sometimes it could manifest itself into a way or turn itself into a way where people choose to make poor choices or not so wise choices. There's lots of opportunities for folks in the area to get connected, to have conversations, but I just want to send out encouragement to folks all over the place. Be considerate about what's going on in your life, but also how that is probably going on in the lives of others who are around us. And just because they're not telling you, just like we're often not telling each other what we have going on in our lives, let's just give everyone the benefit of the doubt. And let's be a bit more caring, a bit more appreciative of the opportunities that we have just to be able to be alive, to be able to be in this country, to be able to have the opportunities and things that we have. Let's just give that some thought as we move ahead during this holiday season. I also encourage folks to think a little bit more deeper than the marketing of it and the commercialism of it. Of course, it's part of driving our economy, and that's something that can't be undone overnight. But there's choices that can be made that are more reflective of sustainability, more reflective of equity and fairness, et cetera. So all the the pseudo buzzwords that are going around, but many of us have been living this for decades. So I say that because when we're having these difficulties in ourselves and in our lives, and we don't reflect them in others, we have a tendency to stigmatize people, stigmatize actions, et cetera. And that puts people on different levels of I'd call it arrogance, but different levels of authority. And I think that that's part of the problem, because that leads right into the whole idea of supremacy and why one group or one particular entity or one successful trait of an education or something puts someone in a space where they feel as though they're in control and empowered to do whatever it is that they want. I have issues and problems with that, and like to actually talk more about that with folks as we go into 2024. Into 2024, we're going to be doing more programming here and opportunities to connect, engaging with more nonprofits and resource entities and saying, hey, look, come to Hub 13, partner with Trenton 365 or any of the other agencies that are in the area and do something here. We've got a network of folks who are engaged, who are working, who are at school, who are doing things that everyone sees, like the space where I am right now. We're going to talk about the gallery in a moment. But there's a lot of powerful people in this area who are doing things, and us, we need to act more like connectors. So in 2024, it's going to be more of a focus of me personally in Trenton 365 and media work we do. But also through the other relationships I have and the other business lines I have with Black Cannabis, et cetera. Putting the conversations out there and saying, hey, look, let's talk about this. If this is really something that's on your mind or on the minds of others, then let's figure out how we can fix that, how we can correct that, at least get the dialogue started. come up with strategies and plans to correct things, to refresh and make anew things. And from there, we can see what the progression looks like, and then get the kids and the youth involved in all those other things. It appears to me that it can be done and it is being done, but there's some disconnect. And I think that what I do as a connector, as a liaison, as a community ambassador, I think that I can help forge those two entities, forge that together so that we can kind of get beyond that and go address something else. And so while doing that, I have to, and I know that it's important to recognize that it's not just me. I mean, it's a whole team. It's a team sport, a team mentality, a community is a team. And I want to encourage us to think about that during this holiday season and Thanksgiving for those who want to hear that word. Let's just be thankful for where we are, and let's make it, let's make this world, and especially our local communities, better by coming together via community, engaging equally, working together progressively. That kind of rhymed. All right, so a couple of events that are coming up. Valana Denise of the Say Network, the LLC, is having their second annual Winter Give Back on Saturday, December 16th, 2023, from 12 to 4 p.m. at Hub 13 West Front Street. Say is an acronym that stands for Speaking Affirmations Unto Yourself. Say Network LLC is all about manifesting the life we want and living purposefully. The goal of our first give back is to leave people feeling full of positivity, food, necessities, and gratitude. With so much going on every day, we want to inspire people to take time out to just give thanks. Most needed items include women and men's toiletries, seasonal shelf-stable foods, fresh produce, packaged goods and snacks, 100% juice boxes, cases of water, canned vegetables, soups and broths, rice, potatoes, etc. Donation drop locations: 13 West Front Street, Trenton, New Jersey, and Ditto Vintage in New Hope, PA. For more information, inquiries, and donations, call 215-726-2299. Say Network LLC is a network of women based around unity and creativity. We specialize in arts, wellness, entrepreneurship, and curation. A few of our core values include community, teamwork, wealth building, and integrity. Well done, Blanca. This was dropped off here. It looks like there's something that's being organized. It looks like a survey that needs to be done, but I'm just going to go from here from the top. Go Trenton, Lambertville Trenton Electric Shuttle. And the project description: Go Trenton has recently launched an electric shuttle program with the goal of providing an affordable transportation service you can count on. For a low cost, their fully electric vehicles are connecting people to jobs, healthcare, and services while working to improve air quality in the city of Trenton. They are interested in creating an employees shuttle branch of this project to transport employees from Trenton to jobs in surrounding municipalities. They formed a partnership for an employee shuttle to Doylestown, that's in Pennsylvania, and we are working to see if there is interest in forming a similar partnership for Lambertville, New Jersey. Commuters, if you or anyone you know is a resident of Trenton who regularly commutes to Lambertville, please email us or fill out the survey through the link listed below. Employers, if you are an employer in Lambertville with employees who commute from Trenton who may be interested in using the service, please email us to fill out the survey through the link listed below. And then it goes on to say, we need your help. In order to make this electric shuttle service a reality, we need to show there would be a benefit for the community. To do that, we are gathering a list of number of folks from Trenton who regularly commute to Lambertville who would be interested in using this service. If you or anyone you know would be interested, please fill out the survey or connect us at the email address listed below. And it says it's organized by R.E.A.C.H, Self-Reliant Communities, and Baked by the River. And you can find out more by emailing Jessie Marie at bakedbytheriver.com. Now, I know a little bit about this project, and they've been to Hub 13, and I guess they're the ones who dropped this literature off. But a couple of questions that I have is, from what I understand, unless they're different vehicles, these vehicles only travel at 25 miles per hour. I can't see, well, as far as I know, you can't drive on any highway at 25 miles per hour. So I'm wondering how that would be done. Two, what is the ETA to do that loop? Is it going to add an extended amount of time? And if I'm already traveling there, what's going to be the benefit? Like I may lose time, et cetera, and it may cost more. And what are the associated costs? And will that be done, on a regular basis, meaning like a easy pass kind of thing, or you pay like a membership or you pay a fee? And who is really benefiting from this project? I mean, it's organized by R.E.A.C.H and Baked by the River, but is it a Trenton project? I mean, like the city of Trenton? Or is it, I would think that if you're going to be traveling multiple municipalities, you're going to have either private funds or whatever taking care of it, or a dual relationship with some transportation. I like the idea and the concept. I'm not sure if what I know already about the vehicles, in the few questions that I have, if it, if this is something that's coming, or is this something that could be? So there's a lot of work that needs to be done with it. Either way, email Jessie Marie at bakedbytheriver.com. And that's the Lambertville Trenton Electric Shuttle Project. So I want to go into talking about highlight or enjoy, so to speak, the Odyssey International 24th Anniversary Business Networking Award and Gala. Well, I am going to talk about this because I didn't know much about the organization, but they are honoring my friend and my partner, and Yolanda Landy Robinson. So she's getting the Community Service Award. Yolanda L. Robinson, founder and CEO of Living a Powerful Life / In Her Shoes. A motivational speaker, youth mentor, and life coach. Yolanda L. Robinson has over 7 years of experience addressing a diverse range of audiences. Featured on television and radio shows in New Jersey, Georgia, Philadelphia, and other cities throughout the country. She has received rave reviews for her coverage of family, personal, and community issues that mainstream media tends to overlook. Founder and CEO of Living a Powerful Life / In Her Shoes, Yolanda has received many awards, regularly writes a newsletter called Women to Women, and has recently published a self-help guide entitled Don't Be Bitter, Be Better. Sharing her personal thoughts on life, family, relationships, spirituality, and struggles, her book is a compilation of the lessons she has both taught and learned through trial and error. When I was given lemons, I wish there had been a book that outlined what life really entailed, what skills were needed, and what the real issues were that contributed to setbacks and success, she says. And a bright and dark future look like. Making a long story short, she combines her experiences with those of others to help readers become empowered and to get a jump start in a new direction. At its best, life is never boring, she adds. At its worst, it's never dull. Offering tips, suggestions, exercises, and quotes from the Bible to make your everyday life fabulous. Some of the topics she covers are as follows: family recipes, respecting your time, culture and identity, connecting with your inner self, addictions, relationships, community and unity, celebrating what's right for your world, with your world, planting a seed and letting it grow, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. You are never alone. Yolanda maintains that becoming aware of yourself is about your own personal sense of spirituality, and her mission is to make a positive difference in the lives of others. An empowerment for the soul talk show host, she is the perfect fit for WIMG 1300s in the public interest, as well as WIFI 1460 AMs on the Real Radio, on the Real TV and magazine. Also a Better Way Studio Everyday People TV. An eye-opening read, Don't Be Bitter, Be Better, will not only empower readers currently struggling with life's issues, but also those who are already on the fast track and want to keep it that way. Community Service Award winner, recognizing Yolanda L. Robinson, founder and CEO, living a powerful life in her shoes. Odyssey International Productions Business Awards 2023. As you can see all around me, I've got a wall of art behind me, and where I'm situated, I'd say it's about 18, it's probably about 20, 24 feet, 12 by 24, right? 12, 24. And just about 3/4 of the 4 walls are completely covered with the art. And this area is called the Gallery at Hub 13. On display right now, we have the art of Billy M.F. Brown, or Billy M.F. Brown Art and Tattooing on Instagram, Facebook. I think that's the only 2 locations. Anyway, Billy M.F. Brown. He's also known as Roy Hames, Hames III, Roy Hames III. So that's his work behind me. Roy had a show here. He was the first show to be exhibited here via the Gallery at Hub 13. And his show, this was his first solo show. So we're thankful that we're able to support the artistry of Roy, who's also a skateboarder, a BMX rider, and tattoo artist, as well as a visual artist. He's also doing some film work as well. So let me try to make it. So Roy had his show here, and it was well attended. It worked out the way that he wanted. He, had some merchandise, and he had music and refreshments, and we talked and we said, hey, is there anything else that you'd like to do? Because the gallery here at Hub 13 is really going to be focusing on emerging artists and established artists, but with the intent on, hey, how do we move the needle forward? How do we move the needle forward at Hub 13 by, bringing artists who've never had a solo show like Roy, providing them the opportunity, and then like we're doing now with this show that has Lazy and Jay as well as Roy, curated by Roy, for that to take place here, and it's called Real Recognize Real. And it was just so spot on for, what we were thinking here, Damon, Phil, and I, about what the gallery, would be. It would be different than what's already going on. There's plenty of locations if you want to see art in Trenton. There's more traditional stuff that's happening at Ellerslie, the City Museum. You've got lots of mural work that's done throughout the city. You've got graffiti work that's done throughout the city, some, sanctioned, some not. Along the trails, under the roadways and bridges, you've got some really interesting stuff. You've got a lot of political stuff that's going up. So the art scene here in Trenton is it's at the forefront, like it's happening. You know, if you recognize the culture and what's happening in the culture, you can get a better understanding of what is going on in our environment, you know, from the artists. And that's why it's so awesome to be at the forefront of providing these opportunities for Roy, Lazy, and Jay, as well as others who have art displayed out here. But here in this portion, the gallery at Hub 13, this is dedicated specifically to shows, to provide access to artists, to give them a chance to curate a show with limited boundaries. So if they want to include a film, if they want to include a fashion runway, if they want to include live music or a DJ, if they've got a merch store, if they've got a culinary piece that they'd like to have added to it. And plus it's a 420 friendly building. That's something that a lot of other locations just can't compete with. And that's not what we're looking to do. We're not looking to compete. We're just looking to provide another opportunity in the space with the gallery at Hub 13 for artists who may not have been looked at before or have not been given an opportunity to do something that they've wanted to do before, and to allow them to do it here and to have the freedom, and to encourage them in all ways possible to make money by selling their artwork. So the artwork that's here at the gallery at Hub 13, it's a majority of it's for sale, unless it's part of a private collection that's loaned to us. But for the most part, it's all for sale. It's so that we can help fund the craft, the art, the need of our society for artists is to buy art. And more than likely, it's going to be an investment in some capacity, just for your well-being, but also to know that you've helped support an artist and maybe to do something different, to expand on what they've been doing, to sharpen a skill or technique. And then through the media, we're working with them to provide them the media side of things. So artists who curate and have artwork displayed here will get, you know, media shine and photos, you know, on Google Maps and all these different types of opportunities of radio and television interviews, etc., because that's our other line of business. So with that being said, we consider what we do here an ancillary agency to everything in life. We just need to know what you want to do. We've got a network, we have a space, and we've got a willingness to work together. So the gallery here at Hub 13 currently has Roy Haynes, Billy M.F. Brown, Jay, as well as Lazy on display. And this is going to be on display well through December because it's the holiday season and my birthday is December 12th. So for my 55th birthday, I decided to step out of the box and have a roast. Now I'm gonna have some rules to the roast. So what I'll do is, you know what? Maybe I'll just read the advertisement. Let me see this right here. All right, so I don't think I have the advertisement right here, but the it goes something like this. Civics Up in Smoke presents Match That Monday. Special date, Monday, December 18th, 2023. Special time, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Same location, Hub 13 West Front Street. Theme, Jacques' birthday, celebrating his 55th birthday with a fundraiser roast, hosted by comedian Dan Regan. His website is Dan Regan, REGAN.com. You can find him on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hosted by a comedian, Dan Regan. Tickets will be $20, must be purchased prior and in advance. You can find more information by getting in contact with me, 609-433-0489. Or you can Cash App and make sure you leave a note. Trenton, like the city, numbers 365. No tickets will be available at the door. There will be light refreshments, food and beverages. There will be art on display. There will be a recording of the Civics Up in Smoke podcast with Yolanda Landy Robinson. She'll just be getting back into the area. So this is going to be one I'll be doing predominantly by myself and with the team without Yolanda, because she's celebrating an award I just mentioned. So when Landy gets back from then, she'll be able to roll up on Monday evening and come into the 55th birthday roast, fundraising roast of me. There'll be a panel of people who will roast me, but it's not going to be open to the public. We're going to be respectful because this is going to be recorded. Yep, that's right. The whole thing is going to be recorded by filmmaker Jamal R. Green. So it will be cut up into some pieces to be put together for a documentary for further use. So you come to this party, you may actually be in a movie. We'll have a game room that's located on the upper floor. And that game room may be changing by then, but currently you can shoot some baskets and you can play, I think it's one of those fighting games, Tecmo Fight or something like that. We have a boardroom and a library where you can sit in there and chill out if you want. And then there'll be a silent auction of some practical things. But the idea is this to be a fundraiser. And I'll talk more about what we're raising the funds for. But the silent auction will be available. So if there's folks who want to make a donation to Trenton 365, Hub 13, Black Cannabis, any of the other things that I'm a part of, that we can put together into a basket, or if you want to make a basket donation or any of those things, that would be great. Again, just call me 609-433-0489. You can send an email by going to the website, Trenton, like the city, 365.com. And then go on to contact us. So we're accepting, folks who want to make donations, gift certificates, etc. Everybody will get something. We'll probably have at least 25 first to arrive bags that will have things from some of our vendors. Depending on how things shake out, we may have more, but we're going to have a decent amount of things where, we're expecting to get 50 people. 50 people will leave with something besides having a good time and being part of a documentary and being part of the entertainment of me getting roasted by one of my best friends, and to probably see a comedian that for the price that they're paying is going to be something special. And there'll be wonderful art that's on display, etc. Working on what we're going to do with food. I'm toying around with some different ideas. Maybe just having one caterer to do a bunch of small plates, but there's just so many different cuisines and things in restaurants that I've got relationships with. It's almost like I kind of want to have a world tour of food, but I'm not sure how that's going to work out on this first occasion. But on Monday, December 18th at Hub 13, match that Monday, the theme will be Jacques' 55th birthday, and it's going to be a fundraiser roast. The tickets are $20. No tickets will be at the door, have to be purchased in advance. Cash App at Trenton 365, or more information, visit the website Trenton365.com and send an email. Now, to whom is going to benefit? A portion of proceeds are going to benefit the R.E.A.C.H Freeman Foundation, which is in Antigua, Barbuda, and Redonda. In addition to that, we're sending clothing. These are from my lovely wife. Thank you, Van, for going through your closet and going through some of the things you don't wear anymore for various reasons. So this is going into a shipping barrel. And this shipping barrel is going to go directly to R.E.A.C.H Freeman, the foundation, which is in Antigua, Barbuda, and Redonda. This island nation in the Caribbean, Eastern Caribbean, is one that I've been to on multiple occasions, and my business partner, Phil, is Antiguan. So I've fallen in love with the culture, with the community, with the island, looking to return as soon as possible or on a more frequent basis, and to also build relationships there, which is one of the places where it was solidified to me, this idea of being a cultural ambassador and the importance of taking the talent that I have and sharing it as much as possible. and then seeing where that goes and recognizing that's not something that I need to be in control of. That's something that, is just going to help manifest good vibes and do really good things for our culture. And I may not even be able to see all of it, but the cool thing is that I can be a part of it. And that leads me to this other point as to, why I'm doing this. Because, there's some people who say, why? What's the big deal? I had a stalker at one time that was saying things along the lines of I was a troublemaker. And it was saying these things. And I remember, like, why would somebody be so upset about me encouraging people to learn how to read, or encouraging people to ride a bike, or to make art, or pay artists, or clean up their community? And, I realized that, there's just some nastiness, there's just some wickedness, and there's some evilness. And thankful that I'm, in a space where, I'm, as Pastor Karen likes to say, I'm prayed up. So I've got, folks around me who are supporting me all the time, and I try to keep myself in a humble space with all this. I say that to say that being an African American, being Black, we can only go so far in tracing our history. And I know that there's, these programs and these different DNA tests and things that are out there. If any of you guys have connection or experience with any of those, please get in touch with me. I'd like to hear what your experience is and just ask some questions. Or have them, if you hear this, any of your representatives, contact me, send me a test, or let's talk about it. Because I've got some ideas, I've got some thoughts. I've got lots of concerns, like, who owns this information? Where's it being stored? What's it going to be done with? What's going to be done with it? And is the information that you're basing this upon, is it based upon a particular demographic of people? Is it based upon, Euro Americans, Europeans, Eastern Europeans, just a smidgen of the African continent? And when we trace all that stuff further back, remember, there were no, like, states and stuff drawn back in the day. It was just cultures of people, etc. So how is this modern day DNA tests and so forth, going to pinpoint where, all these people are, and by percentages, and for it to be accurate? So I just wonder if it's, really a marketing thing and a sound good thing, or a big data grab thing, because we already know that, part of controlling people is taking away their identity and who they are and where they come from and their culture and their history and all those things. So as an African American, there's only so much that we can trace back, and everyone says, families from down south. All right, well, down south from where? Like, where'd you come in? Where'd you come from? Were you always here? Let that settle in for a moment. Were people who are considered African American always here? And who are you to believe? I think with the internet and everything that has come out, it's gotten, over the decades with the internet, so many more questions have come up, so many more ideas and theories and so forth. And I think more and more people are finding out that, hey, maybe not everybody was treated fairly, right? Or, maybe there's still a lot of stuff that's going on, or, maybe there are certain people who are, benefited because of things, etc. But I think with all of that, it comes to a point where we say, okay, well, time to hit a reset button, or at least have a conversation about how we're going to move and go forward. Because if we recognize that something's wrong, why don't we just fix it? Well, we're going to get to some stuff, just expanding upon what we've been doing as far as fixing things, and expanding in 2024, with, all of R.E.A.C.H programming, recreation, the environment, art, civics, and health. I'll be pivoting from some different things, moving into some other things, looking forward to what it looks like to be, to see more people get involved in the process of what their communities look like, and from whatever aspect it is, utilizing their time, their talent, and or their treasures. That's going to be really exciting. So let me just finish up here and say thank you very much for tuning in. Happy holidays to you and yours. Even if you don't celebrate them, there is a cultural celebration that takes place. Things just aren't open, or things are on low staff or whatever. So that's just the cultural thing. So the marketing of Thanksgiving and saying the holiday and not saying the holiday and what it represents and all those things, there are conversations that need to be had. But I think the best way to do them is with everyone coming to the table, having a conversation that's equal, and one that's utilizing a lot of soft power, so that we can figure out how we can just fix this and just move on to the next thing. Because fighting over things that many folks don't even know what they're fighting for or why. The only people who are suffering are the ones who are younger. So let's try to fix that. So with that being said, I want to wish you all a great time, whatever it is that you're doing. Please be safe, be considerate while you're traveling, and be sure to tune back in and make sure you check things out. Head over to the Facebook page, Trenton 365 Community Calendar, where you'll see a bunch of interesting things that are happening in the region from a bunch of different people. And you'll be able to see the soon-to-be-done flyer for Match That Monday theme, Jacques' 55th birthday and fundraiser roast. Until then, folks, remember, it's always about justice, peace,